Dear friends, in this video we are going to discuss about the client's expectations from SAP Abap on Hana consultants or S4 Hana Abap consultants. So in our previous videos we have discussed very clearly about why to learn this S4 Hana Abap module and what are the prerequisites and basic requirements for learning this S4 Hana Abap module. And also we have discussed very clearly about who can learn this S4 HANA ABAP module and all other stuff. This is why because we have discussed already in many videos regarding the HANA database. Similarly here also in this video also we are going to discuss about the advantages of HANA database. The advantages of HANA database is that it is more flexible and it is more faster than any other databases. Point number one. So all the SAP S4 HANA applications will run only on HANA database. Point number two. Without HANA database, all the S4 HANA applications will not run. We have discussed about different S4 HANA applications also as well in our previous videos. Namely S4 HANA Simple Logistics module, S4 HANA Simple Finance module, S4 HANA Central Finance module, S4 HANA FSCM module, and similarly S4 HANA ABAP module, and also S4 HANA ABAP BW, that is BW for HANA module. So all these S4 HANA modules or all these S4 HANA applications will run only on HANA database. So this is why because this HANA database is a very powerful database when compared to any other databases. That is the reason why we have also discussed about the prerequisites for learning this SAP HANA, that is S4 HANA ABAP. So because for learning this S4 HANA ABAP, we have already discussed about the pre-requirements, that is the prerequisites like they should have the very strong programming language, programming knowledge, and also they should have to possess some strong database concepts, and they should have to have some strong SQL query knowledge and other stuff. So we have also discussed about that without having the knowledge in programming and without having knowledge in the database and without having knowledge in the architecture of HANA, it is very difficult for any consultants to implement this S4 HANA ABAP successfully for any organization. So these things also we have discussed very clearly in our previous videos. And today in this video we are going to discuss about client's expectation from SAP ABAP on HANA, that is S4 HANA ABAP consultants, or in other words we can say like that, like what are all the roles and responsibilities of S4 HANA ABAP consultants in the real-time scenario or in the real-time implementation. So let us discuss each and every key responsibilities in detail in this video, because this is very important from the consultant's point of view, because nowadays all the clients are expecting different roles and responsibilities from S4 HANA ABAP consultants as well. So in this video we will discuss each and every roles and responsibilities and how the companies are expecting and what are all the key areas that the clients are expecting from the S4 HANA ABAP consultants. So let us start discussing each and everything one by one in this video. Now the responsibilities we will discuss one by one. They are highly responsible for handling the ABAP development tools. This is also one of the major responsibility. And one more responsibility is that they are highly responsible for handling the database independent code to data. And one more responsibility is that they are highly responsible for creating SQL queries and SQL scripts for HANA based on the requirement. And they are also highly responsible for reading data from a tabular view, because without this they cannot be able to create the SQL queries, and without this they cannot be able to generate SQL script for S4 HANA. And there are also many different responsibilities for SAP S4 HANA ABAP consultants. What are all they? We will discuss one by one. And they are also highly responsible for sorting and limiting data result sets. So that means what? Based on the requirement, they have to sort and limit the data sets or data result sets based on the requirement, and they are also highly responsible for detecting and analyzing the performance of ABAP database connectivity, that is ADBC. We are very much aware about the JDBC, that is Java database connectivity, for connecting the Java to the database. And here the SAP S4 HANA ABAP consultants, they are highly responsible for detecting and analyzing the performance of ABAP database connectivity, that is ADBC. And they are also highly responsible for debugging ABAP managed database procedures, because there are some procedures to be used in this used in the SAP ABAP on HANA module, that is S4 HANA ABAP module. They are also highly responsible for debugging the ABAP managed database procedures. So there are different procedures inside this. So they have to be responsible, or they are responsible for debugging ABAP managed database procedures based on the requirement. And similarly, they are also highly responsible for implementing S4 HANA, that is SAP HANA full text search in ABAP. So these are all different roles and responsibilities for each and every S4 HANA ABAP consultants in order to implement, in order to execute, or and in order to support, in order to design the end-to-end S4 HANA ABAP module for any organization. So these are all the different roles and responsibilities for any S4 HANA ABAP consultants, and which in other words we can discuss like that: what are all the expectations of clients from S4 HANA ABAP consultants. Why I am repeating these responsibilities are because these responsibilities are highly expected by the clients. Without having strong knowledge in S4 HANA ABAP module, then it will be very difficult to implement and support the end-to-end S4 HANA ABAP module for any organization. So once again, we will discuss what are all the roles and responsibilities of S4 HANA ABAP consultants one by one. So they are highly responsible for implementing SAP HANA full text search in ABAP. We will discuss what is full text search in ABAP in S4 HANA in our later videos. And once again, they are highly responsible for debugging ABAP managed database procedures. So we will discuss about what are all the different database procedures to be used in ABAP S4 HANA, and they are highly responsible for detecting and analyzing the performance of your ABAP database connectivity, that is ADBC. So we have to discuss very clearly about this ADBC connectivity also in our later videos. So we will discuss very clearly about this. And similarly, they are highly responsible for sorting and limiting data result sets. And we are going to discuss the result data sets, what is the data result sets, and how to sort and how to limit in our upcoming videos. And furthermore, they are responsible for handling the ABAP development tools. So we are going to discuss in detail about different development tools which are used in ABAP. And similarly, they are highly responsible for handling the database independent code to data. How to handle the database, we have to discuss in our upcoming videos. And similarly, they are highly responsible for creating SQL queries and SQL script for SAP HANA based on the requirement. So how to write SQL queries and how to write SQL script, we will discuss while doing practical part of SAP S4 HANA ABAP module in the system. And similarly, they are highly responsible for reading data from a table or view, because they are going to read the data from a table or view. Otherwise, without this, the consultants, they cannot be able to generate SQL queries and SQL scripts. So these are all the important roles and responsibilities of S4 HANA ABAP consultants. Or in other words, these are all the client's expectation from any SAP S4 HANA ABAP consultants, because all the clients are nowadays expecting this type of responsibilities from all the SAP S4 HANA ABAP consultants, because without this strong implementation knowledge in the above discussed areas, then it will be very difficult for the S4 HANA ABAP consultants to deploy the end-to-end S4 HANA ABAP model for any organization. So in this video, we have discussed very clearly about the roles and responsibilities of handling the entire end-to-end S4 HANA ABAP module. and these roles and responsibilities are very mandatory from the consultant's point of view. Without having this stuff, it is very difficult to get into this S4 HANA, that is S4 HANA ABAP projects. So similarly, all the clients are nowadays expecting this type of skill sets from any SAP S4 HANA ABAP consultants, then only they will be getting the jobs. So in this video, we have discussed very clearly about different roles and responsibilities of SAP S4 HANA ABAP consultants, or in other words, what are the different expectations of clients from S4 HANA ABAP consultants in order to implement this S4 HANA ABAP module in the real time. So that's all in this video. So we have discussed very clearly, I think, about the roles and different roles and responsibilities of S4 HANA ABAP consultants, as well as what are all the different clients' expectation from S4 HANA ABAP consultants in order to implement, in order to execute, in order to support, in order to design the end-to-end S4 HANA ABAP module, S4 HANA ABAP module for any organization. So in our coming videos, we will discuss about different methodologies of implementing this S4 HANA as well as ECC, because we have discussed many times in our previous videos regarding the ECC implementation as well as S4 HANA implementation. For ECC implementation, we are using accelerated SAP methodology, whereas in S4 HANA we are using activate methodology for implementing different phases. And these are all the differences between the two different implementation strategies. So we are going to discuss about this also as well in our upcoming videos. So I think you people are very strong. You people are very familiar with the roles and responsibilities of SAP S4 HANA ABAP consultants. Only those consultants who are able to handle the above responsibilities, only those consultants are able to implement this S4 HANA ABAP module successfully for their clients, for any organization. And I want to introduce myself to you. So I am Raja. I am having more than 20 plus years of experience in the SAP industry, and I have worked as a consultant, practitioner and delivery head for many different projects. And I have also involved in many implementation, production support, rollout and upgrade projects as well. And regarding my on-site experience, I have got more than 5 years of experience, on-site experience in Middle East and Europe, handling both Middle East and European clients. And regarding my certification areas and interests, I have done my certification in finance, handling the entire AR and AP processes, which involves the entire AP and AR processes. And also I have completed my certification in SAP Business Process Planning and Consolidation module, which is used for consolidation reporting. And also I have completed my certification in SAP S4 HANA Simple Finance, which includes both AR and AP from ECC system as well as in the Simple Finance system. And also I have completed my certification in S4 HANA Simple Logistics module, which includes the different logistics modules, say for example, material management, sales and distribution, production planning, quality management, as well as plant maintenance. And also I have done my certification in SAP Business and Revenue Innovation Management module, which involves the financial accounting and financial accounting, contract accounting and other stuff. So, and finally, I have completed my certification in SAP S4 HANA Central Finance model, which is used for reporting structure in the organization. So that's all about myself. And in this video, we have very clearly discussed about different roles and responsibilities of S4 HANA ABAP consultants. Or in other words, what are all the different clients' expectations, what are all the expectations of clients from the consultants, that is S4 HANA ABAP consultants, in order to implement, in order to execute, in order to support, in order to design the end-to-end S4 HANA ABAP module in the real-time environment for the companies. So in our next video, we will discuss very clearly about different configurations or different applications in the S4 HANA ABAP module in detail. So prior to that, if you have any queries, you call me to this number. So we will discuss in our next videos about the S4 HANA ABAP model implementation, how different activities to be carried out, and what are all the how to create the required activities in this S4 HANA ABAP module and all other stuff. So once again, I'm telling you, once if the consultants are very strong in the above discussed areas or above discussed functionalities in S4 HANA ABAP module, then only they are able to implement, then only they are able to design, then only they are able to support, then only they are able to execute the end-to-end S4 HANA ABAP module for any organization. Thank you.